Parents, really want to thank you for trusting us with your absolute most prized possessions. I also want to acknowledge it can be often a very difficult journey watching your children go through these scenarios. It can be a very emotional ride. So keep breathing. And the beautiful thing is that we're focusing not on the problem, but on the solution. And there were some really powerful solutions here, very powerful solutions. So I want to talk a little bit about the science of why this training was voted the best self-defense in the industry by Black Belt Magazine. For training to work, in other words, for them to learn something and actually go and apply it out there, we need to address three crucial modules. One, we need to address the brain. We need to give these kids age-appropriate, very simple problem-solving skills so that if, God forbid, anything like this ever happens, they would have some skills to draw on. Two, we need to address the body. In other words, they need to physically do the scenarios. Watching a video, watching a lecture is not substantially effective for them to go out and actually do it. They have to physically do the skill sets. And finally, we need to address the emotions. We are emotional creatures, as you may be feeling right now. And even adults, when we get into a hot situation, a tough spot, we tend to react emotionally instead of consciously and rationally. Why that happens is what happens when right now we're in our high brain, our rational frontal lobe, our conscious thought process. When we get adrenalized, and it doesn't take much to get us triggered into that state, our brains, what's happening is blood goes from the major organs out to the limbs for that fight or flight response. One of the organs losing the blood is the brain. So we go into hyperdrive, we go into survival mode, and the brain switches down into the amygdala. We affectionately call it the reptilian brain. The amygdala is the emotional brain center, which explains why under duress, people respond, even adults, emotionally, sometimes in knee-jerk ways rather than consciously and rationally. So what we're doing is through these very playful drills, and then some NLP and some other high-tech technology, but very simple scenarios, we're getting them into that part of their brain, and we are conditioning positive action mode so that, God forbid, the kids ever get into this situation, they've got action skills to draw on, positive things. So far, we have had 4 children take our program all over the world. 4 children have successfully thwarted real-life abductions. So how can you possibly put a price on that? Now, the focus of tonight was the anti-bullying. We just gave them an extra little kind of introduction into the anti-abduction. It's a whole other formal model that we do, but this is what we just gave them a double whammy, if you will. And the most important thing, well, of course, is the safety of our children. The most common thing they're going to deal with is the bullying that's so rampant in our society and is so destructive. I know I was bullied as a child, many of you probably were as well. So what we're giving is, this is the program we all should have had as kids. Well, now we can provide it to our precious, precious children. So again, I want to thank you so much for trusting us. If you think this is a positive resource, please talk it up. Okay, Elite Freestyle here, Shihan Gary, he's certified in this training and he's been doing it ongoing. He doesn't need me to teach it or Dick, he's been doing it on an ongoing basis and they will continue to do that. If you think, again, if it's worthwhile, please talk it up. Every child should take this program and please, get it out there. When we talk about it, of course we're going to say it's good. When you talk about it and they see the sparkle in your eye and the passion in your voice, that helps get people over the denial and get their children into this program in which everybody should participate. So again, I want to thank you, and we're going to finish up with your kids and let you all go home.